Hello and welcome to the semi-finals of the World Cup. My name is Naiditsch. I am a chess grandmaster, and today we are going to check on the two pairings. So, the pairing number one, we have Yakoboyev and Sindarov. Both players are from Uzbekistan. Yesterday, Sindarov had quite a tough match with Martinez Alcantara, but he managed to win the rapid match. And the first game, we have Sindarov having the black pieces, Yakoboyev white. The current position we see, it looks pretty much like a draw. So we cannot expect, I think, something else in the current position. White has this weakness on e5 theoretically, but we have the pressure on the f-file, so I guess very soon we're gonna see just a draw in some rook endgame. I don't expect to have here any kind of serious action. So both Uzbek players, of course, huge achievement to get to the semifinals. Probably the first game is going to be a draw. The top 3 spots qualifies for the candidates, so it's huge. 4 players, 3 of them will qualify for the candidates. The next pairing is between VE and Yesipenko. So VE yesterday was a huge win against Iragassi. Huge achievement for VE, of course, because Iragassi seemed to be in a fantastic shape. And VE made it. Actually, he made it quite easily. First game, he had a winning position, so he had a chance to win. Finally, it was a draw. And second game, with the black pieces, he managed to win the game as well. Quite convenient, so strong play by VE, very, very strong play. Currently, we have a very interesting position. Hard to say if white is doing better. In the long run, probably not, because there is just bishop e7, bishop pair for black. Yes, the bishop is not so great on c8, so it does not play a big role. White is currently better developed, so maybe white has some chance of pushing in the current position. Let's start from the opening so we can check. We have French. Interesting that Yesipenko is choosing to play the French. I think it's not his main opening, so knight c3 and d takes e4. So this is a play for trying to equalize. All is still serious, while the move bishop d3 is normal, c5 and bishop e3. So interesting approach by VE. In case I'm correct, short castle is the main move. The idea is that after c takes d4, we just take back with a knight on d4, and the knight cannot be taken because of bishop b5 check. So this is one of the main lines, short castle. Of course, the line is still well analyzed. It's just the beginning of the line. According to the main theory, maybe white is doing a little better. We have the move bishop e3 played by VE. Queen c7 by Yesipenko, as Yesipenko plays very fast, so he was ready for the move bishop e3. Queen to e2. VE already with a little bit of thinking before playing bishop e3, so queen e2 is the idea of long castle next. a6, h4. 15 minutes of thinking for VE, and he goes with the move h4. Quite interesting. Is it preparation by VE? So he sought just to irritate Yesipenko a little bit, but hard to believe in that. I think it is played over the board, the move h4. So what can we say about the move h4? Looks pretty strange, to be honest. It's a useful move somewhere. Most probably black wants to castle short side, so h4 is going to be useful. On the other hand, to play immediately the move h4 without long castle looks a bit strange. So probably it is a preparation of VE, because yes, he saw it for 15 minutes, but it's a bit strange to play h4 without a preparation. We have knight to d5 by Yesipenko. Yesipenko plays instantly, so he knew the move h4. Now long castle, bishop d7, king b1, knight takes e3, f takes e3, looks pretty normal, and f6, not allowing to knight e5 next. So f6 and the move g4, winning some space, long castle, g5. So both players are playing currently at the board. This is quite obvious. And is it better for white? Personally, I believe it should be close to equal. Maybe it might be a little better for white, but it should be not enough, because black has this weakness on f6 theoretically, but it's not enough to win the game. VE was 37 minutes, Yesipenko was 57 minutes, so 20 minutes more for Yesipenko. Can VE outplay Yesipenko in more or less an equal position? Yes, theoretically it's possible, but Yesipenko is very safe. So it's very difficult task in front of VE. Personally, I don't think it will be possible. So we can expect, I think, a draw in the first game between VE and Yesipenko, because it doesn't look like white is able to push in this position very hard. Maybe some slight tries, but not more than that. 20 minutes more for Yesipenko should give enough time to black to play safe, good moves, and it should be enough to hold. So not so exciting here. Sindarov Yakuboyev, we have this endgame. Yes, black is thinking after the move short castle. It is basically a draw. This position is a draw. Pressure on the f-file, bad pawn on e5. So yes, the game is going to end into a draw. We can check from move 1 what did actually happen. So we have c6 line, queen to d3. Quite a rare response. The main would be maybe bishop g5 or the move e3. We have queen to d3. Now we have this dc b5 coming by force. The main idea is to play c5, e4, b4 now. Knight has to go, queen a5 attacking the knight on a4, and still we have the move c5. So all this is pretty known, and we have Yakuboyev with queen b5 after 20 minutes of thinking. Well, it looks like this position is just straight equal. Knight to d7, alright, maybe knight d5, also possible to sacrifice a pawn on c5, but of course why to do that? There is no reason for that. So change, bishop on d2, and I think nice move by by Sindarov. Long castle, he thought for 20 minutes and made the long castle. Looks very good, because rook d5 is coming next. King b7 is the next move, so rook c1, bishop e3. It looks like white is just trying to force a draw out of opening, and yes, most probably it is going to be a draw. Not very exciting game between the two Uzbeks. Maybe actually because they're friends, so we could see two draws in the classical time control, and then yeah, they're gonna play the Rapid, who is gonna be the finalist of the World Cup. Yakuboyev is not able to make any kind of pressure with the white pieces in the current game. We will see a drawish outcome. Then we have Yesipenko. So after the move c3, Yesipenko is still considering what he should do next. I believe in simple options like bishop e7, for example. Quite a nice move. I mean, why not to play bishop e7, defending just in case a pawn on f6. It all looks very nice. And next, I believe even maybe it's a try to get the e5 done at some moment. Looks quite nice. Maybe just play h6 to have this bishop takes h7 is targeted a little bit, and then to play rook g8, try to dominate on the g file. As well, that is looking pretty normal. Black is thinking. Eventually there is immediately the move e5. Not so sure it's a right approach, but theoretically can be calculated. I would not do that. It looks somehow not the best. Another idea could be to put pawn to f5. So this is possible, f5. There is a weakness on e5, but for example after knight e5 we have the option of bishop d6. So knight is under attack, knight will have to move somewhere. So f5 also looks pretty decent. I don't think there is a big danger for black currently. Then, in case we bring the bishop over e7 to f6. So bishop is going to take a nice position on f6. All of that should be around equal, in my opinion, so not so much action as well in the game between Wei Yi, the best Chinese player currently, and Yesipenko. The only Russian player left. Of course, huge achievement for both players. To get to semifinals is not an easy task by any means. So very good play by both, especially by Wei Yi. He had tough pairings actually, yeah? And the last win in the last round against Iragasi, very spectacular. He took out probably currently the best playing Indian. It is world champion is Gukesh, but actually he's not showing that great of result, and he was long time gone from the World Cup. Same with Pragnananda. So it seems like Iragasi is currently the best Indian player, and Wei managed to win against him in the rapid tiebreak. So very well done by Wei. Well, we have to wait. We have to wait for the next move of Yesipenko. Let's see if we have something happening in the game of Yakuboyev. We have the move h6 been played. Well, it is again the move knight to g5, pretty logical. And we have rook c4. This is normal as well. Rook is trying to attack the pawn on b4. And there is rook to f4 next with a pressure on the pawn f7. Can this be better for white? I think no. It is impossible to get a better play here with white because the structure is just so weak with the pawn on e5. So to play for a win with the white pieces, I don't think so. But a draw would be still a normal outcome. 31 minutes for Yakuboyev on the clock and 1 hour for Sindarov. So yes, this is gonna be to 99% a draw. Let's go back with Yesipenko. Yesipenko is still thinking. No, he did not think any longer. He played the move rook to g8. Interesting. Rook to g8, pretty normal play. To take an open file is usually a good idea. Just, I think that f5, maybe f5 would have been as well quite a good play for black. After rook to g8, what could be the next move of black? What could be the threat? It is maybe to go rook to g3 eventually. Not a big threat, but okay, the rook is getting active. Let us take a look at the plans for white. Is there an opportunity maybe to push something like e4? It feels good to play e4, so white is controlling the center. On the other hand, what is the next move of white? Maybe it is a move e5, but then black is going to counter with a move f5. So as well after e4, hard to see what white should do next. But maybe e4 is normal as well. Rook g1 is looking normal, but I think with every exchange, the position is getting more and more dry. So the chances of white to win the game are just getting smaller and smaller. Maybe black is capable of playing even moves like bishop h6, some little pressure on the pawn e3, covering the g8 square. So very solid position for Yesipenko. Yeah. Not much is going on here. Maybe Wei will be able to create something special, but not sure. Not sure. It looks still to be very solid. So most expected result should be currently a draw. Let's see. Sindarov, Yakuboyev, something happened? No, Sindarov is thinking after the move rook c4. Okay, many good moves for black. We can just try to get like rook c8, rook c7, just to hold the pawn f7. The same we can do with a rook on d8, rook d7. So yeah, I like the move rook to d8 personally, because we might be able to change one pair of rooks, which would be an instant draw, or maybe even black will be able to push a little bit. White has to be careful, but maybe white is capable of playing knight to d4, and it would be immediately equal. So f7 pawn is hanging, maybe black can take here, we take the pawn b4, and that's it. So equal material, nothing to play with. Position is completely equal. So let's see. Maybe Sindarov tries to find something to play for a win with black, but this looks to be, I think, almost impossible. Rook on c4, very strong. Rook f4 is coming next. b4 pawn is hanging. Too many little threats by white. Black is not capable of winning. Pawn on e5, and yeah, otherwise just a draw. So, what to say? I don't know. Looks to be just a draw. Let's go back. VE Yesipenko, Rook G8 played. VE is still thinking what to play next. As well here, very difficult to play for a win with white. White has to be very creative here or to do something very, very special. So I guess e4 is making sense, but yeah, it is not leading to a much better position for white. So what can be the plan of white? To play something like knight to d2? It looks a bit strange to put the knight back. Black can simply counter with a move f5. Bishop is closed, f5, pretty nice. White can play something like knight c4, trying to get the knight to e5, but again, in case even white manages to get the knight to e5, there is bishop d6 and knight has to go away. Can this be better for white? Maybe a little bit, but it's like so small. Theoretically, maybe something like a4, a5, trying to create this kind of knight b6 idea. But again, all of that is just so small, so it should be okay for black. It doesn't look too dangerous. Yesipenko should be able to counter all of that. As well, that Yesipenko has very good time now with over 20 minutes more on the clock. So this should be enough. This should be enough to neutralize the ideas by VE. Maybe the only thing that can help VE is that both players obviously are tired, because the tournament goes on already for so long. We are in the semifinals, so both of the players played 6 matches prior, or 5, depends. I think 5, yes, because they started from the second round of the World Cup, but yeah, that's a lot of games, so a little bit tired. We can sometimes expect a little blunder or something, so the probability at least of a blunder is a little higher than in usual cases, but still, currently position is just too safe to blunder something. So yeah, it looks pretty equal. Let's go back. We have still the same position. Sindarov is still thinking. Not much is going on. Alright, till we are waiting for the both players to proceed, maybe let's play a blitz game, because not just to wait, let's do something funny in between. Let's play a blitz game and then we're gonna be back to the live broadcast. So we play against 2-5-85 player, and yes, as you can see, this is called the Pirk opening. Bishop e3, let me play the safe h3 move. Queen d2 and bishop h6 is as well, of course, quite strong. a6, a4, not to give this b5 push. So knight c6, knight goes eventually to b4 or maybe e5, but I think we can go g4. I'm not sure g4 is actually such a great option, but as well it is pretty safe, because h5, g5, this is the idea, and we're gonna play knight ge2 usually. This should be the plan for white, because in case of e5 we go d5, and there is no knight to d4. So knight is well placed on e2, maybe f4 next. I don't know if I should, or maybe just a simple bishop g2, because we are provoking the move e5. So I guess e5 has to be played at some moment. Yes, we have the move e5 on the board, and maybe knight to d5. As well, d5 was good looking, but why not to put the knight on d5? Next move, just c3, so we are holding the center. Till we control the center, it should be better for white, so black is taking, and we're gonna take it. Pawn is falling. I should maybe not have given the pawn. It's not so obvious, but yeah, I should probably not have given the pawn. We're gonna play rook g1, so of course strong attack, but yeah, should probably not have risked that. Let's see what black is going to play next. Also, we have very good time. Usually I'm low on time. Now I have more time, so rook to g1. Pawn on c7 eventually is hanging. In case we take, then we want to go long castle somewhere. So the idea should be to go long castle, c6. Can we go like f4, queen g3, bishop f2? So it looks okay, I think, to go f4, but okay. Let's push the move f4. Queen has to be moved somewhere. h6. Is it a great square for the black queen? Not sure. As well, we have this knight e7 check. So maybe the queen has to go back, but then we're gonna take the bishop. So interesting position. Queen to h4. We go bishop f2. And queen to d8. Okay, quite a good play actually by my opponent. I like what black is doing. We go back, knight e3, and now we're gonna push somewhere the move f5. Take on b2. Is it possible to take like that for black? Because the attack of white should become very dangerous. But okay, let's play rook to b1 first, king f1, and now we're gonna play bishop f3, and then we're gonna take on h5. No, we cannot because h3 pawn is hanging, so let's go with the move f5 probably. Still bishop f3 is almost deadly threat. Queen f6, what is the point of queen f6? Not sure. So let's go bishop f3, this is looking decent. We want to take on h5, a very dangerous threat. Still, can I take the pawn on h5? Not 100%. It looks actually not so bad to take because I think I'm gonna have a good compensation for it. But maybe we can do something more simple. Also, knight g2 is looking very nice. So I don't know actually. Okay, maybe knight to g2 because now I have this option: bishop h4, knight f4. All my pieces. What is that? He gave me a piece for free. Okay, so we're just saying thank you for the piece, and obviously now the position of white should be close to winning, so let's do that. How do we win here? Okay, let's go with the aggressive play, bishop g2, and we should be able to sacrifice something. I just don't know when we should sacrifice it, or queen to f3 at the moment. Bishop is hanging. He doesn't care, but we have this bishop h3 move. Is there a way to defend? Okay, and something like knight f5. I should be able to mate my opponent, just I don't see how at the moment. Somehow should be possible. Knight e4. Let's defend with the move rook f1. And yeah, it is complete mess on the chessboard. But now we can take the queen, and yes, this should be enough. This should be enough to win the game. Now we have to collect. Okay. So check, knight g4. Okay, let's take it. Let's go forward. Let's go here. By the way, he's super fast. And we are winning. Well, could have been better towards the end, but it was enough to win the current game. Let's go back to watch the World Cup. So broadcast and back to the semi-finals. So this is the position that we saw. We have the move a5 being played by Sindarov, rook c1. Okay, makes sense. Rook c1, why not? And the move rook c8. I don't know if black is playing for a win. Maybe black is playing for a win, but how to play for a win here? Maybe just a simple king f2 now. Because in case of knight to d4, the idea of black is to play knight e7, so black is going to change the rooks. Pawn on e5 is still hanging. White should not play the move knight to d4. Eventually black wants to go knight e7 next, try to change one pair of rooks and then try to push a little bit against the pawn on e5, but yeah, also that is too small to win the game. So still we are in the area where both players should very soon agree to a draw. Eventually maybe just rook f4 is possible as well. Straight attacking the pawn on f7, and how to win this position for black. I don't see even a try. So this looks as well very, very safe for black. VE against Yesipenko, and indeed we have the move knight d2 played by VE. So no e4 after 12 minutes of thinking. Knight on d2. Simple idea, attacking the pawn on f6. In case of f5, I guess the knight should go to c4. And then maybe this a4, a5 idea. Maybe as well knight e5, but again, this is not so strong. The black bishop can get to d6, and then we have to go somewhere from e5. How to evaluate such a position? I believe very close to equal. Very, very close to equal. As well for black, maybe it's better not to play instantly the move f5. Maybe black can wait with the move f5, so to play something like bishop e7 first. I think after bishop takes h7 there is rook h8, and that's it, because if bishop goes back, black is winning the pawn on h4 and position should be equal. So f5 or bishop e7 both is looking pretty solid to my understanding. The next move of black could be even the move rook to g7 in case black doesn't want to push the move f5. So even rook g7 is looking perfectly okay. Still, in my opinion, position is approximately equal, and in my opinion we are not gonna see huge action in this game because it's too much equal. When position is too simple, both players usually do the best moves, and when both players do the best moves, it's very hard to do something. So still approximately an equal position. 25 minutes for VE, we have 48 minutes for Yesipenko, so much more time for the Russian player. He is currently thinking f5. Yes, we see the move f5, the most normal, but again, maybe bishop e7 as well could be completely okay. f5, now VE has to decide knight c4 or no knight c4, knight to b3. Wow, why to play knight to b3? This is very strange to my understanding, because what is the idea of knight to b3? Maybe VE is gonna show us something unbelievable, or maybe the idea is to play e4, but e4 is not a play for a win. So why to put the knight on b3? I don't know. This move looks very strange to me. Let's say black plays something easy like bishop e7. What is the next move of white? The pawn is hanging. So maybe h5, but why is it a play for a win? I don't see any chances for white to play for advantage here. Knight on b3 is quite bad. We cannot take on c5, because in case we take on c5, so for example, bishop e7, knight c5, bishop takes, we take, and queen takes c5. I think that only black might be doing better here still, of course, very close to equal, but we have this nice pawn structure against the pawn on e3. So white is not playing for advantage. I don't understand the move knight to b3, so next we're gonna see probably the idea of VE. Maybe he has some great idea and we can learn from him, but otherwise it's just a play to make a draw. So maybe VE thinks that, yeah, he cannot be better, so let's try to make a draw, but it would be strange. Usually VE is a very, very fighting player, so it would be such a rare case to see him just playing for a draw. Let's see what is gonna happen next. Yesipenko was a lot of time, so he can take his time. He can think now for like 10 minutes. make a plan and try to do the best move in his understanding. I guess he is as well surprised by the move knight to b3. This is very, very unexpected. Okay, till we are waiting for the next move of Yesipenko, let us play another blitz game. Let's see who is going to be the opponent next for us. Hello to the chat. Chat is today very silent. Just one comment. Okay, so this time black pieces against 2578 opponent. e4. Let's go with the move e5. So let's be solid. Let's play the Spanish opening. This is one of the main lines as well. d3, very, very popular, of course. Let's go with the move d6. The main continuation is to play the move b5, but as well d6 is completely fine for black. All these positions are more or less the same, and as well all these positions are very, very solid. So rook e8 was the idea, bishop f8, quite typical. h6, all is normal. Knight on g3, maybe let's go bishop d7. Quite a cold move, but nothing wrong with that. Let's see what happens next. h3, also this is very solid, so knight e7, knight g6 coming next. Bishop b3, okay. We're gonna play knight g6, d4, and usually c5 is the idea for black. As well, c6 is completely okay, but I believe c5 can be played, especially that the bishop is on b3, so we might go like b5, c4 next. So it would be good for us, because bishop on b3, we win a tempo. Sometimes to win a tempo could matter. Maybe not that much, because position is closed, but still better to have a tempo than not to have a tempo. Bishop on e3. Okay, let's go b5. So c4 is coming next. And it looks like we are actually... It's similar to... If we would be white now instead of black, it would be pretty normal, because we have more space. It looks like we have a couple of tempos more, but actually we have the black pieces, so it's quite rare that black is capable of getting such a nice position like we have now. So should we try maybe with the move knight f4? Looks nice to put the knight on f4. The knight cannot be taken. We have this e takes f4. Next, maybe we're gonna play the move c4, or maybe we're gonna play the move bishop c6 with some pressure on the e4 pawn. Both is looking nice. This position should be slightly better for black, maybe not too much, but some slight advantage. Okay, let's go with the move bishop c6 to put some pressure on e4. And maybe next, what can we do next? Something solid like the move g6. So g6 is usually very useful in many lines. It's not decisive, of course, but just a useful move, so why not to play it? Black has more space currently. Difficult to break, obviously, the structure of white, but let's see. Maybe the opponent is gonna help us a little bit. So queen d2, very strange move, hard to understand what's the point of it. So actually the point is to take on e5. So yes, it's a little trap. We are not falling into it. Now what can we do here? Let's go maybe with the move knight h7, knight to g5. This is also quite typical continuation for black. Knight e2, can we go knight g5? Knight to e5 is not a threat. Yes, I believe so. Knight to g5 is looking fine. Take probably. And it looks like black is still doing slightly better. We have this monster knight. It's good to have it. Now let's grab the file, and here we have to do something, because it feels like we should be able to create some threats. I just don't see how we should do that. So can we play knight to d3? It would be great in case we can, but I don't think we can. So maybe something like c4, but also that is looking Okay, I don't see how immediately to do something with black. Okay, now I think we have the move knight to d3. Yeah. Now it looks great because g5 pawn is protected. So knight f3. Opponent does not care much about positional chess. e4. Very dangerous situation for the white pawn on e4. Can we take it? Maybe not yet. So where should I go? Maybe queen to d8 actually. Quite good to dominate on the d file. So we are dominating on the d file, and it should be somewhere the move f5 because it feels good to have f5. The knight on e1 is completely out of the game. So this should be very, very good for black. Let's play safe move. a4. Okay, can we take it? I'm not sure, so let's do another safe move. The guy is super fast, so we're playing against a very, very fast opponent. Can I win the pawn? Wow, what a trick. The guy is so tricky. No, this was very bad. I have completely missed that he has this option. So this would be terrible to lose such a nice position, because it was much, much better for black. It would be just terrible to lose it. Let's see if we lose it or not. Wow, this was bad. This was so bad because it was an easy winning position, and then I just tried to move fast, some random moves, completely random. Luckily, yeah, it was a win on time. Okay, let's go back to the semifinals. So what do we have? We have the move rook c1, rook c8, king f2. Okay, and now instead of knight to e7, rook to d8 as well. That is looking very, very solid for black. I think white is going to continue with something like h4, h5, most probably. And yes, still no big changes here. The game will end very shortly, I think, in just a draw. Yesipenko VE. So we have this a bit strange knight to b3 move. I do not understand currently why to play the move knight to b3. So let's see. Rook g4 played by Yesipenko and h5 played by VE. Why the knight is so good on b3? This is hard to guess. I don't know. I don't know why it's so good to have the knight on b3. Still, I believe position is just equal. Bishop e7, very solid, so maybe black can do something on the g file. Well, it looks, yeah, pretty normal for both players. For me, it's very interesting to understand why actually we have the knight on b3, because very strange move by VE. For sure, we're gonna see soon why it was good to have the knight on b3, but I don't understand that. It looks just strange to have the knight on b3. Maybe the idea is to play bishop c2 and what next? No idea. Take somewhere on c5. This would lead immediately to an equal position. I don't know. I don't know why is it good to have the knight on b3. So this was strange. Okay, let's play another blitz game till we are waiting. This time we have 2-5-82 opponent, and yes, we have d4. So let's play the King's Indian. Defense, knight f3, short castle, all is normal. We have the normal King's Indian with the move g3. Let's see, b3. Okay, it's possible to set up the things with the move b3. Not the most common setup with the move b3, but nothing wrong with that. We can choose different strategies with the black pieces. I like to put the pawn on c6 usually because it's so good against the bishop on g2. So e5, possible, but maybe not the best. So let's go b6, bishop b7. Objectively speaking, it should be better for white because we are a little bit squeezed here, but it's not much better, so it's a playable position. This is a very, very playable position. What is this move? Rook to b1. Don't understand the sense of it. Okay, so let's go knight to d5, e6, take. And what now? Okay, so we go knight f8, defending the pawn on e6. And we have as well the bishop c8 option. So let's go bishop c8, because in case white takes on e6, I don't think it's so dangerous. Queen to e2, so now actually we have to be a little careful. It looks good to play like e5, probably we should play the move e5. Okay, we should not, but it's not a must. I mean, just a normal play. So let's take and go queen f5. We threat to take the pawn on c2. Knight is hanging as well somewhere. Ooh, what is that? f4, very ambitious play by my opponent. Maybe let's take first on e5. And no. Okay, it's possible to take. Looks completely okay for black, but it feels like I should be able to do something. I'm just not sure, because here are some checks, but I think I can take it. So let's try to win the pawn, because I don't see how I can get punished instantly for playing the move queen takes c2. It looks a bit dangerous for black, I have to agree to that, but I don't see instantly what can be done for white. So knight e4. Can he catch my queen? Not yet. Where to run away with the queen? Where can I go with the queen? So this is a little problem if I have no good squares to go. But maybe I should go like knight f6. It feels strange to play that. It should be around equal, but don't like it so much. Don't like it. Maybe we go like rook c8. Also feels strange to play, but just to defend the pawn on c6. So just in case, to try to be safe. And what could be the next move for black? Actually, I don't know. I don't know what is my next move. Let's see. Let's see what is going to happen. Pawn up for black, but the position looks a bit dangerous. So f5, interesting. He tries to break the structure that we have. Okay, I believe we should try to make a draw now, because it feels dangerous. I don't like when everything is hanging here. Can we take with a knight? I don't know. I don't know. Let's take with the pawn, because there is this check. Okay, now probably he's going to take on f6. At least I would take on f6 probably. Then we can escape with this queen f5 move. So looks like an equal position to me. So we have the move queen f5. Probably we are going to play an endgame. So let's see. Let's see how this endgame is going to develop. So we have an endgame, and how to play this endgame. Let's go c5, maybe with the idea of getting something done here. Okay, let's take it, and let's go c4. So take, we take, and maybe rook a2. So with the a pawn, theoretically I might get very, very little chances, but maybe not. Maybe it is just a draw. Let's see. Let's see if we can be lucky here to do something. Oh, I have missed this move, knight to g5. Yeah, this is just a draw. This is just a draw now. There's nothing that we can do. So can we do something here? I don't think so. Just a draw. So yeah, there is nothing we can do. This is just a draw. Can we win? Because they always flag me in such positions, so yes. That's funny, because I have lost so many games like that. So okay, very lucky, of course. Position been complete draw. Let's play another game. If they can flag me, why should I not try to flag somebody? So we play this time against FIDE-Master 2559. The name is Champion. So we are facing a champion player, Sicilian, with knight c6, d4. Okay, take. Let's play the move e5. This is called the Kalashnikov variation of the Sicilian. c4, f5. Quite normal. So take. Let's see what happens next. Knight c3. Now a6 is a must because there is this knight d5 otherwise. Bishop d3. Okay, can we answer with the move e4? Looks a bit suspicious to play the move e4. Maybe queen d7 to take with the queen on f5 in case we take. Should be maybe. I don't know actually how to evaluate this position. They might be slightly worse for black or maybe close to equal, something like that. Take, okay, queen g6, so let's try to be solid. And maybe just to play, no, this we should not, maybe first take and then to play rook e8. So as you can see, black is doing very solid. Maybe it's a bit better for white, but the advantage is so small. Usually it's not that relevant. Okay, let's go bishop g5 maybe. We change, we put the rook to e6. Position should be very close to draw. Objectively speaking, again, we're playing a blitz game. Anything can happen here in a blitz game, but objectively speaking, very close to equal. Let's see what happens next. By the way, in case you have some questions, just write them in the chat. I will try to answer. Our opponent is thinking for very long time, so he's a big thinker. Okay, let's take the bishop. Let's see if white is gonna take with a pawn or with a knight. With a pawn. Okay, so he tries to make a draw. So let's take it. And how can we do something nasty? Maybe like queen c2, because I would like to get this rook f8 next if I can. Queen c1. Wow, so he is really aiming for a draw with all he can. Usually this is not the best play ever. When you're trying to make a draw too hard, then sometimes it's just not even enough to make a draw, so you're fighting, and then you're losing. I would not advise you to play in this kind of unpleasant way for a draw. Usually not the best idea. So let's take another pawn. We have the rook f8 idea. Let's see. Queen e1. Can I take the pawn on c4? There is queen g3. No, there is like nothing. So let's take the pawn. So actually we won now a couple of pawns. Looks like just for free, because I don't see any compensation for white. Seems like there are no tricks, or at least I don't see them. The knight just goes back. Yeah, this is already a very good sign for black, obviously. So how to win this position in the most easy way? We can go like that, or Maybe we should activate the knight. Never a bad thing to have a good knight. Let's see what happens next. Or maybe knight to d5 actually, just to be, what is that? He is giving us opportunity to mate in one. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the broadcast. So let's see World Cup semifinals. Yes, King e2. Yes, not much is going on here. Both players are playing very slow. Actually, I cannot understand exactly who is playing for a win because it's just a draw. So both players could agree already to a draw. Instead, they are playing the moves, but also they're playing extremely slowly. Because, let's say 5 minutes for playing King e2. Well, you could do the same in just a couple of seconds. Still, looks like a draw. Not much is going on. VE against Yesipenko. So let's see the idea of VE, and the idea is to play knight c5. Well, this is idea to try to make a draw. VE just tries to equalize with the white pieces. This is strange. I haven't seen VE maybe doing it prior, or maybe so rare, because VE is a great fighting player. Now after knight to c5, Yesipenko is thinking, and I think probably VE just offered him a draw. That's why VE was 13 minutes on the clock, Yesipenko was 40, so even Yesipenko is considering maybe I should play here for a win with the black pieces. There is this rook h2 somewhere, just taking the pawn on c5. Only black can be better here. There is no way for white to play for a win. So the move knight to b3, a really strange idea. Knight d2, knight b3, this is weird. Because I don't think that white is in danger, so it's possible to play e4, and white is not gonna lose that. But knight to d2 followed by knight to b3. Very strange play by VE, who just wants to make a draw with the white pieces. Most probably we're gonna see the move bishop c2. Bishop takes a nice position on c2. Change of rooks is usually positive towards the side that tries to make a draw, and now we have VE who tries to make a draw. So change of rooks is looking normal, but it feels a bit dangerous already for white, because the pawn might get weak, h5 might get weak, so white has to be now a little careful. Still should be equal, but white to play like that for VE, I don't understand it. Maybe he feels very tired, or maybe he thinks just let's make two classical draws and let me win the match in the rapid. I don't know. I cannot explain this idea. Knight b3 followed by knight takes c5 is just strange to do that. So we have still more or less an equal position where now black is playing for a win. It is black, definitely black, because we have this 40 minutes for Yesipenko and just 12 minutes for VE. So VE is under pressure. Let's see if he's gonna hold that. He should be able to, but he has to be precise. So nothing happening here. Between the Uzbek players, it seems like they're playing a game who can think longer. But it's just equal, just completely equal. I don't see any kind of ideas even for any kind of the side. I don't know. Very strange. Okay, let's go back. So let me play a couple of more games till we are waiting for something to happen at the candidates. Another game against 2568 opponent, so not a titled player. Sicilian defense, knight to c3. Let's play the Naiditsch with the move bishop g5. This is one of the most dangerous Naiditschs on the market. b5, interesting. Can I go like with the move e5? Yeah, there is some line with e5, but let's not play it because probably he is well prepared and I don't remember this line so well. So queen e2, still e5. What is that? How is it possible? But okay, this time I guess I should play the move e5. Is it not just lost if I take it? The guy is playing so fast, but doesn't look good for black. I think I can just take it and then I take on e6, no? I take e6. In case he takes, I have fg in the end and that's it. So queen f6, wow. What a guy, what a player. So can we win somehow the game on the spot? Knight takes g7, does it win? We take on a8 and then we have this knight, but it doesn't win instantly. So knight to c5 looks very, very good because we're gonna take the bishop on b7 and that's it. So what an opponent. He's playing instantly, but already like move 10 resignation. So sometimes I think it makes sense to think a bit more before doing something. At least it would be my advice. Don't rush the things so much in the opening because let's say this position is just completely over. Knight d5 coming next. I guess it would be quite normal here just to resign, but the guy, yeah, he will continue. Knight to d5, queen is under attack, and we're gonna take the queen next. Let's see if he continues playing. No, that was too much even for Ute Manfred. So let's play another one. This was not that exciting. Waiting. Next game against 2520. Let's go with the King's Indian. So King's Indian defense with the move d6. Now we have the move c4, one of the main lines. Rook e8 for the current moment. Everything is normal. This is one of the main lines. a5, pretty normal as well. Bishop d7. All is as usual. So b3. Solid play by VT77. And here is this trick to play h6 and h5. Okay, he does not care about my trick too much, but I will play now the move h4 and maybe to go a4. So let's go crazy. And where should I put the knight, on e6 or b3? I don't know, hard to tell. Let's go knight to e6, knight e2. The guy is also so fast. How can these players be so fast? I don't get it. They're just playing instantly something. So g5 covering the dark squares. Bishop e3. Okay, and where should we put? Maybe, I don't know. Should I play like bishop c6, but then maybe queen b8 because I want to get the c6 move next. In case I can. I think I can, because to take on g5 would be very dangerous, I think. Yeah, so king has to be moved and just knight h7. So let's hold the things. Bishop e5 is next. Let's play it. I try to keep the things solid on the dark square. So the question is, can I keep the things solid? In case I can, this position should be fine for black. Sometimes it's just not so easy to keep the things solid. So for the moment, black is doing fine. I would like to play f6, so this is what I do. And next is knight f8, knight to g6. So if I manage to get the knight to g6, black is just doing better. So let's see. Let's see if I'm in time with that. Not so simple, but knight f8 is the next move of black. What is it possible to do for white? He has to find something. If he finds nothing, black's position is just fantastic. So, very long thought for VT77. Well, he thinks like almost a minute now. Because VT77 been ahead of time by so much, and now actually a bit more time for black, so he wants to take the pawn on a4, but it's okay, he can have it. So let's go with a knight to f4. At the moment the knight cannot be moved because a3 pawn would be hanging. It is a very dynamic position, so c5. Okay, The action starts, and how do we proceed here? Let's maybe put the knight on f4, because I don't think it's a bad idea to have the knight on f4, and then let's see. It's a mess. He takes, okay. We're gonna take back with the pawn. Now we have this monster knight, but it is a pawn up for white, so I don't know. Maybe I made actually a mistake, because it doesn't look like black is doing so well, but it also doesn't look like black is doing bad. So interesting. Interesting position. Let's see. Can I do something immediately? No, I don't think so. So maybe rook to d8 is an option, but I just would like to keep the rook on the a file. So okay, let's go queen f7 because it feels safe, and let's get the knight to d4. Knight is going to have a beautiful position on d4. Position remains quite dynamic, so let's see. Knight to d4, how to save? What is that? He just gives us a queen on c2, and yeah, we win the game. Okay, so somehow the game won. Let's play another one. This time white against FIDE Master, so at least we play against a title player, so the guy is also ultra fast. Look at that, how fast he does the first moves. e5. Okay, let's put the knight on c4, maybe a4, just a solid setup. c3, it's more or less equal, of course. Position is just equal, not much is going on. Queen on e7, maybe we should put the knight on e3. I don't know if there is an option of playing d5, so all this move d5 has to be calculated. Wow, what is that? Left, right. So first he goes queen e7, then queen to d7. Maybe it doesn't matter so much, but okay. a5 with the idea queen a4, so slow play. Not much is going on. b5, actually quite a good move by my opponent. This is making sense to play b5. Bishop d2 with the idea of playing b4. b4, not sure. So this move I don't like so much, because now black has to take. Yeah, but black usually should not try to take that fast. Let's see, how can we play here for a win? Maybe knight to c4, something like that. Let's put little pressure in case we can. And then maybe to put some pressure on the b file. So of course it would be great. Just we have this bad knight on f3. The knight is just doing nothing. So I don't know, maybe bishop e3. Maybe he wants to take, but it's possible to take, of course. No, he doesn't want to take. Okay, let's go knight to d2. Let's be solid. Takes, and we can take back with a knight to d5 and knight c4. So we try to be very strong with our knights. Usually white should not give up on the bishop, but here we have this knight d5, knight c4 coming next, so it looks okay. Maybe knight c4 first, so knight to d5 coming next. Yeah, actually I don't know if he wants to take. He wants to take. Okay, so this is better for white. White is better. Now we have to think how to break the position of black. Maybe the move a6. Okay, this is looking not 100% I'm sure in that, but it's interesting. I wanted actually to sacrifice, but now I'm thinking, should I do that? Because maybe I should not sacrifice actually. Maybe to play something safe is more appropriate, just to change one pair of rooks. Maybe rook c1 was actually better, yeah, so we can go back, because probably, yeah, rook b3 back, so we play the move rook c1. e4, very interesting play, but now it's gonna be a mess, because we have the idea of playing e5. Should I do it instantly? To sacrifice? I don't know. Okay, let's try, because it looks funny. Not sure it is the best, but it looks like a funny move. Knight f5. He lets me also play queen c6. Wow. No, but I think this is... Can I play it? Take, take. And then I have the c7, I think, and is it a win for white? Also ed is looking winning, so what should I do here? Oh, I think I should just play c7, and that's okay. That's enough to win the game in my opinion. Next move is gonna be to take on d6. Ah, by the way, I forgot bishop takes e5. Ah, this was bad. I completely forgot he can take the pawn. I should have taken e takes d6. Would be such a beautiful game, actually. Yeah, this was bad to forget it. Bishop d4, king f1, because I want to go g4 in case I can. Rook d8. I have to play something like knight a5 because I don't see what else I can do. Very difficult to do something here. Okay, let's take, because I don't see something better. And let's go back here. Should be a draw. Let's see. No idea why he's thinking for so long, because just a draw. I played just by pre-move, so this was of course not the best to do this stupid pre-move. I have to take it, I have to take it, I have to go here, I have to go here because there is nothing else. Now I have to do this, I have to do this, this, and here. Okay, but way to play such a position. This was bad. This was bad because winning position before I just completely missed this bishop takes e5. I thought I'm winning in a beautiful way, but it was not a win. So let's go back to broadcast. Let's check what happened during the last 10 minutes. So we have king e2. This is what we saw. The rook just goes back. So look at that. Rook d8 followed by rook d5 after thinking for 20-30 minutes. And rook c7. Yeah, so black just keeps on waiting. And that's it. Yakuboyev with just 11 minutes on the clock. Both players are big thinkers. So next game we have VE with a white color trying to equalize, plays rook f4, rook h3 obviously. Okay, also to take is enough to make a draw, but white to take, so rook h3. There is the move rook to d4 with the idea of playing e4 next. Yes, we have the move e4 done, but still this is just an equal position. Zero chance to win this position for white. I think even black will try to win a little bit because 27 minutes versus 12. So big time advantage for Yesipenko, and yes, it seems to be still just equal. So quite boring games today, actually, quite pity, because the games could have been more exciting. Yesterday, very exciting tie breaks. Before that, also classical games, been a couple of the games at least, been very, very exciting. Now just two boring games. Sindarov, Yakuboyev, I guess they will just agree now to a draw. I don't know. 10 minutes for Yakuboyev, but position is simple, so there is no time pressure. This is just a draw. Okay. Till we are waiting for the next move, let's play another blitz game. So this time we play against CM, so probably it's candidate master, I don't know, because before such titles did not exist in chess. Rook e1, one of the main moves. Let's go with the move h6, let's go with the move g5, and let's take it. Maybe d5, so we have this kind of very weird structure. how to evaluate this kind of positions, I think should be approximately equal. Let's go bishop g7, so we have some pressure on d4. Oh, to take is very bad move, so this is very, very bad. Of course, never take like that. It makes no sense. Okay, let's do the short castle. Knight to e4. Yeah, okay. The guy is just pushing the bottom, so he plays very, very fast with no big idea behind his play. A lot of players like that. Queen b6 to try to put some pressure a little bit on the pawns. Let's see what happens next. Of course, black is not better, so this is obvious. h4, pretty good move. We can play the move f6 just to keep the thing safe. It might be possible to sacrifice somewhere something, but with white as well, it's very dangerous to sacrifice. So it's like double-sided stuff. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You never know. Now queen c7, take. I am gonna take as well. It's pretty solid to give a mate to the black king. It's a very difficult task here. So let's go rook to d8 to put the rook to a nice square. Position should be still, I think, in the area of approximately equal, maybe a little better for white, because nice pieces actually here. So what can I do here? Let's go queen f7, queen g6 maybe. Should be a little better for white, yeah. White is doing slightly better, but of course it is not so much. Let's go, I don't know, maybe queen g6, yeah. Why not to put the queen on g6? Nice position for the black queen. Endgame should be okay for black. So we have a bit strange setup here. It's like both cannot do too much, and at some moment I should be able to push something. So I need to wait for a good moment and then I push. So when is a good moment to take on e6? It's not really a threat. Maybe I should just go back for the current moment, or queen here. I don't know. I am not sure. Endgame should be decent for black. Just can I win it? This is the question. I don't know. Maybe I should not have gone for the endgame. It feels a bit, I don't know. Maybe it is okay, but I have this feeling that I should not do that. Okay, so do we take it? Let us take it. And knight d6 is a threat. So knight f4 looks decent. Okay, let's give a check and take the pawn. Now we can take it and maybe play f4 or something like that. Knight goes back. We have the opportunity of playing f5. So objectively speaking, this position is not dangerous for black. This is just equal. But of course I should play precise. I don't know, maybe here rook e8. Actually, I should have done something better than that, because the knight has not so many squares to be moved to, and of course I'm very, very low on time, so maybe I'm gonna lose this game on time. But yeah. Always feels like when you lose against such a player who just does something very fast, very bad, and very random, then you have this feeling like, wow, you are not doing something right. Yeah, of course, in case I would focus very much and I would not talk, then I guess I would not lose to players like that. No, actually he almost caught my knight. Yeah, so yes, with a little bit I completely blundered the knight. Okay, I completely blundered my knight. This was terrible. What a bad play. Oof. Yeah, this is terrible. Of course, yeah, this was really, really bad, but yeah, difficult to keep the focus when you're playing against a guy who is just in this position, for example, to take bishop c6, like, phew. Okay, of course, it is my fault to lose such games, but yeah, difficult to focus, because when you focus, yes, it's then you're beating this kind of guys to 0, yeah, so basically, because too bad to make a draw for them, but when you don't focus, then they beat you. So it's extremely important to stay focused when you're playing an opponent who is weaker and who is, let's say, super tricky. So you really have to be 100% focused, otherwise bad things can happen, yeah. Okay, so we have another game on Sicilian, and let us go with the move knight f6. Oh, is pretty normal. The knight gets to c4. Yes, it is as well. Quite a normal idea. So we're gonna do castle, maybe bishop c4. Bishop e6, I mean, with the idea bishop c4. Usually I don't like to do that much, but here I think it's fine. Bishop on c1 is now a dead bishop, so ooh, f4. Not so convinced that actually white is doing the best moves possible. Let's maybe do something crazy. It is, can I do like bishop d4, b5? Okay, let's go. So we give a check. Next we're gonna play the move b5. I don't see good place to go with a knight. There might be this f5 actually now, so very tricky. This is a very tricky position, but I think it should be okay for black. Take. So let's take. He has to take with a pawn, and should we play just a calm move like before? Avoiding the move c3 and knight e5 next, but maybe we can just go bishop somewhere back first. Let's go bishop g7 back. Very safe. I try to keep his bishop blocked on c1 in case I can. Rook to b1, so he wants to get out with the bishop. Okay, so we go knight e5, and we're gonna try to take on c4, queen to e2, defending. What can I do? I should play like here probably. Let's try. Currently a very positional fight. Okay, let's go rook to d8, and I wanted just to go rook d7 actually, but now maybe I can defend the pawn by playing queen a7. Oh, yeah, here there is queen f2, but queen f2 not so dangerous. I don't know how should I play here. Okay, let's go queen a7. Such a fast play also by the guy. Rook d7. Because in case I manage rook to d8, I think this is looking pretty nice for black. Okay, let me take it back. I think I can sacrifice the pawn. This is okay, because there is control over the d file, so this should be fine. But bishop b6, yeah. I completely missed the move bishop b6. This is changing everything. This is bad to miss this kind of moves. This was bad. Now problems. Let's see if I have very big problems or just small problems, but obviously as this was terrible play. I should never miss such moves. I don't know. Okay, let's go back, because no idea what is going on here. Okay, so pawn down, obviously not the best still. I should have decent chances to hold this position to a draw, because just my pieces are so well placed. Okay, king g7 is looking decent, so let's bring the king in case I can. And yeah, let's do this first. Let's go. He's gonna take f7, but I will try to be as active as possible. So king e3, king d2 should be coming next if I can. Okay, so now we are talking. So I think if I'm in time to get like, I don't know if I'm in time or not. Ah, I missed. I wanted to play something else. This was stupid. This was very, very stupid because I wanted to do a different move, and now, yeah, I just by accident clicked it wrong. No, this was terrible, yeah. What a misclick. And now I am going to lose. So yeah, this was really, really bad. Still fighting, wow. Yeah, but I'm too slow. Way too slow. Should have played fast. I should have played better this game. Really, really poor play by me. Yeah, this was very, very bad. Okay, let's take a look what is actually happening at the World Cup. So let's go back to the games from the World Cup. We have the Uzbekistan player continue playing this game. 3 minutes for Yakuboyev. What is this? Knight d4? Is there an option of playing knight to d4 now for black? I don't understand that. No, there is not, because rook takes d4 and take, yeah. So there is no knight to d4 because of rook takes d4. So everything is fine. Still, we should be in the area of draw. But how to defend the pawn on g7? Now f6 eventually is the best move for black, but after f6 maybe there is take and rook to g6. So, but then we have the knight d4 idea. So white should play something first. But anyway, strange, because if black is forced to play f6 and white theoretically has little chances to play here for a win. Is there something better that black can do? So for example, we play the move like g5, so take. Let's take a look if we can sacrifice the exchange. So for example, knight d4 check, knight takes, rook takes c1, and for example, rook takes e6. Rook a1 still should be a draw by the feeling, but a little risky for black, because I think we have king d3 pawn is very strong. So maybe white can try to play here for a win. Rook g4, g7 pawn is under attack, or not yet under attack because of knight to d4 check, but still black has to play a move. Okay, the first aggressive move of the game that we currently see, the move rook to g4, attacking the pawn on g7. 3 minutes for 12 moves for Yakuboyev and 30 minutes on the time of Sindarov and VE Yesipenko. Do we have some changes in the current game? Yeah, the change is that white lost the pawn on h5, but still it should be enough to make a draw for white, I think. Bad bishop on c8. White is doing very, very safe, so there is like bishop c2, so it should be still enough to make a draw with the white pieces. Black is pushing, black is trying to win, but white should be good enough to hold this to a draw. We have 5 minutes for VE and we have 20 minutes for Yesipenko, so time does matter. Black maybe can try to push a little bit to play here for a win. Objectively speaking, still should be just a draw. Okay, let's see what happens during the next couple of moves. Still we are waiting. Let's play a couple of more games. And then maybe we have some action. So we play International Master. Now 2746. Let's go with the Sicilian. So Sicilian with the move Queen D4. So let's go here. I don't know, g6 or something. Bishop g7, very, very solid setup, and let's go bishop g4. We can take. Maybe we can take next, but why not first to play knight f6 and then to take? Knight d5. No idea. Way to play this move. c3. Okay, it looks like a completely equal position to me. I cannot believe that white is able to try here something. We can choose between moves like e6, which is looking decent. We can sacrifice, I guess, the pawn. It should be okay, so let's play the move e6. I don't think that it's so dangerous in case white takes on d6. We have rook d8, rook is getting to d2, so it should be fine. Just we need to think, should we take it first and then to play rook to d8, rook d8, queen g3. Okay, let's take first. And then we're gonna play this knight e5, and then we're gonna play the move rook to d8. So we are quite sure to get the rook to d2. I believe it should be enough compensation for black for being a pawn down. Black pieces are very beautiful. So, queen b4, queen b7. I don't know if I should go, maybe to go with that. Rook d8, just to avoid some tricks. Okay, rook to d2. b2 pawn is falling, so by no means this is probably worse for black. Also queen c5, I don't like this move so much. I think he could have gone like queen a3. But yeah, okay, queen c5 plate. Actually, we can try to do something nasty like queen g5, but I don't like this so much, so let's just take it. And maybe something solid, winning the pawn is for sure okay, but as well, why not to try to get to the d file? Maybe we can try to play for a win, so let's go. Let's try to play for a win, because it feels like maybe we're going to get some little chances. I don't think that black is in danger, so this pawn is weak. f4, very dangerous move by white. This is looking bad. We should be able now. Knight to d3 is looking very good. Knight c6 also looking very good. So where to go? Where to go? I think I go knight to c6 because I get this rook to d2 instantly. So powerful rooks, and obviously e5 is good move, and maybe I can do even something better. So what can I do here? Let's go knight a5. Is it winning? Can I win the game? I don't see how to win this. Is it just a draw? But it would be pity to make a draw in such a position, because it feels like I should be winning with a rooks on the second rank. It looks so powerful to have this rooks. Okay, knight e5. What is the guy doing? This is looking just like resignation basically, but maybe I'm missing something, because e5, take a look at this king. So I have this pressure on the second rank. Wow, also queen g4 somewhere. A queen sacrifice, okay, not yet, but very soon. This is looking horrible. f4, e5, really not the best that I think my opponent could have done. Okay, let's go like that. And is there a defense actually? Or just a mate already? Let's see. Queen f2. Wow. This is possible. Can I take it? White's position is just falling apart completely. So wow. He is a big fighter, but position is completely lost. Just I have to be careful not to blunder something. because there are basically no good moves left for white. Let's go knight c4. Oh, this was bad. Why I did this? I should not have gone there. This was really bad. Now it's a fight. Black should be doing better, but it's a fight. This was very stupid. This was a very stupid play. Oh, I missed completely again. What a mouse slip. Okay, let's see who is faster. Very tricky guy. Ooh, to lose on time like that. That's pity. What to do? But okay, we completely crushed the guy. And yes, I'm way too slow, but who is this guy? Because f4 and e5 is usually not the way international master is playing. So I don't know who it is. I don't see his name. Can we see a name? Seems like no. Okay, so we have international master, but I'm not sure that actually he is international master. Maybe he is not. Usually moves like we saw in the game where black completely dominates with a knight. Usually international masters, they don't do things like that, so he was way weaker as an international master. International master is already quite a good chess player, and usually international masters are not making very big positional errors, or let's say quite rare. But this guy, yeah, he made a lot of positional errors in one move. This is not very typical for international master. Okay, so new game. Let's see. Let's play the move h3 just to be safe, and he wants to go knight to g6 eventually. Not so dangerous, so queen c2, maybe knight a4 could be something next. We try to get the bishop on the pawn or the pawn on c6, so he does not care much about it. Okay, let's go rook e1. Safe play. Somewhere f5 might be possible, but okay, for the moment not much is going on, just safe play on both sides. Knight g6, knight f4, maybe. Can we go like d5 or... Okay, let's go d5. Maybe the idea could be to go knight d2, knight c4, but d5 I don't like so much the move d5, but I didn't see what I should do instead. Let's see the next move as well. Bishop e3 is played. Knight h4, interesting, because I think I can just take it, and this might be a little better for white. How to get knight a4, difficult to win. It might be a little better, but difficult to win. So let's go bishop e3, because it seems also a little better, and maybe we can try to win the game. So c5. Ooh. What a bishop on b6. So how can we use the current situation? We have to put the knight to a better square, so maybe knight d1, but it somehow feels bad to play it. So how can we put something to a better square? f3? I don't know, but maybe to bring the queen to f2. It would be great if I get this knight to c4. That's it. Yeah, so f5, quite a good move by our opponent, because he has to open the position. This is of course the right choice for black, but okay, maybe bishop f2. So let's see what happens next. No, can we bring the knight somewhere? Still we cannot. This is really bad with the knight. We have this bad knight on c3. Okay, let's defend. I didn't see that he has the option of bishop a5. Yeah, this is not a great game by me. Missed too many things. Probably knight takes. Is there some trick? I don't see, but bishop h3 is coming, just I cannot avoid that. He's gonna take, but what can I do? Maybe knight f6. Is it working? Let's see. Does it work? Knight f6. Queen takes. I'm gonna take the rook. So are we lucky to have this knight f6? Maybe just, yeah. This would be, of course, very, very lucky. It seems like we do have this option. This is, can I catch the bishop? It looks like I should be able to catch it, and just not 100% sure because he takes, but okay, let's go here. This was bad way I did this. This was not very smart play by me, but still it should be maybe good enough, but maybe not, because yeah, this looks just bad. I'm doing something very, very bad. What should I do now? No moves. I don't know where to go. This was terrible again. Such a winning position, and then again I did something very, very bad. It was just looking winning, and yes, and such a poor play. So let's see if maybe we will get some little chances here, but probably not, but who knows. Let's see if maybe lucky. Let's see if we are maybe lucky. Oh, blundered rook, nice. Now I have to push, but yeah, very, very bad game. So the last game, and then we go to watch the players. This was another horrible game. Yeah, first bad play by me, then he is very, very good, then he misses his knight f6 tactics, and then we have winning position by me, then again by him, and then I don't know what happens, because when there's little time on the clock, I just do some random moves, and they are completely random. So this time we play no title player. So the Scandinavian defense seems to be one of the popular openings online, because usually in a classical game we don't have so many Scandinavians. Too dangerous to play it. Wow, knight to d5. Do I catch the queen or not yet? Knight to b5 also. I do not catch the queen. That's a pity. Okay, knight to d5 maybe. Let's see. Can I catch the black queen? So I thought bishop b3. Okay, it's not catching the queen, but this position is not looking so beautiful for black. Look at that. Completely out of the game. So it should be better for white, but it's a big fight, of course. So knight takes d5. Okay, knight a5. Very creative play by my opponent, but it is just looking also very creative and simultaneously very bad. So knight f4. The bishop has to go somewhere. Okay, let's go like rook c1. This bishop is completely out of the game. Knight is knight b3, but e6. Okay, let's take it. Rook d4. The guy is just pushing on me. Unbelievable. What a player. Can I do? I thought I can go like king f2, but okay, let's maybe take the pawn. No? Can I take it? Not sure I can. Yeah, somehow I'm playing lately not too well because I don't like very much what I'm doing here. Or bishop b4. Yeah, maybe it's a good option for black. I might be able even to sacrifice a queen. I think pretty unclear. Let's do that. So let me give a check first. And then I'm gonna sacrifice a queen. He's thinking, but why is he thinking? Because there is just king b8, yeah? There's like nothing else. Now I'm sacrificing a queen. And knight is completely out of the game. There is a fate coming next. So not that stupid of a sacrifice. Let's see if things go good. Or maybe there is something for black, but bishop takes f7. Okay, so let me take it. I think I can always win back the knight on a5, so it should be... If I manage to get the knight, obviously this is just a winning position for white, so bishop c3, everything is protected. He cannot take it, so let me just... Ah, he can. I missed again something. Terrible, terrible. Because I thought I'd have this rook d8, but I don't. Missing everything in one move. I don't know what to do now. Now we are doing very, very bad. Okay. Such a one move blunder once again in a winning position. This is terrible. Too many blunders today, yeah. Bad play by me. Because again, we're facing not a very difficult opponent. He is quite a tricky guy, obviously, but not a very strong guy, so it's still a fight. Still we are in the fight, but this is looking bad, yeah. Okay, let's hope we can get some pawns. I have no idea why he is doing that, because I think he could have won already quite a long time ago. Now maybe we can take it and to play like rook h7, so some small chances. c7 is under attack. Yes, he's giving this checks, but so many checks. Why not to... he just wants to win on time by checking. Okay, no, he checks. Very strange, because completely winning for black. Why to give a perpetual check? So okay, very strange. Doesn't matter. Let's continue with the broadcast. So we have World Cup, and no, just a second, something happened. We already have the two draws, so yeah, this is what we thought is gonna happen, because then we have this rook g4, f6 still played, rook c4. Little strange move. Rook g7 with a draw offer. Okay, I think white could have continued now to play a little bit for a win, because black has played this move f6, so usually black tries to avoid playing f6, and after f6 usually white can push a little bit because of the better pawn structure. So Yakuboyev actually agrees to a draw in I think the best position he ever had during all the games. So this is also a little strange, but I think they just make now 2 draws. Both of them are from Uzbekistan and they play the tiebreak. Now we have VE making draw. Yes, this is as expected. So we have this little better position eventually, and bishop takes a6. So VE, we're having little time on the clock. Risky continuation because e5. Bishop to f5 is the threat. Rook d8 pinning. Take. VE has calculated all the checks. Wow. King a7. Still bishop f5. Queen a4. Instantly played by VE. What a move. Amazing. Queen a4, because now at bishop f5 there is bishop d3. Amazing move, queen a4. How to calculate that? So precise, VE. Very, very impressive calculation by VE. But of course, so dangerous to take bishop a6. Okay, you can just go bishop c2 and you can make a draw by making calm moves. But bishop a6, e5, take, and queen a4. Wow. Take, rook d7 with a perpetual check. Yeah. Amazing. Very beautiful draw in a very, very boring game. So yes, the game all in all very, very boring, but it is a beautiful draw. Nothing to say about it. Yeah, the draw is nice. So both semi-final games ending up in a draw. One very boring draw, one like 50% boring draw. Tomorrow the second game. Maybe we are going to see more action. So let me play three more games, and that's it for the current stream. The next stream is going to be in the evening. Georgi is going to join me. So in case you like the content, of course, support us, give us a like, subscribe. That would be great. Good. So we have Caro-Kann. Knight e2, knight g3 is not the best, but okay, it's still possible to play this with white. Just a random game, and maybe bishop g5. Let's see what happens. Knight d2. Let's sacrifice. Maybe we can take the pawn on b7, but maybe actually this is just very, very bad for white. Let's see. Queen d4 and nothing. Yeah, this is just horrible. Yeah, this is just a nonsense what I'm doing here. Looks very, very bad. Short castle. Let's see if at least we can make one move towards the black king, because the position is horrible. Okay. Let's play in style of old masters who sacrificed everything. So let's go b4. Attacking the bishop on c5, c4. It could be a game from 100 years ago where this kind of game's been pretty typical. White just sacrifice everything, and then let's see what happens. So he took, we're gonna take on b6, but we don't need to do that immediately, so we can do it a little later. Let's get like a rook e1, maybe it's gonna be useful. Knight on e7. How can we attack something? I don't know how to attack even like nothing here. Yeah, this is bad if we can not even try to do something. Yes, position of white is horrible, so it's not gonna be easy to come back here, because we are doing just too bad. This is too bad. 3 pawns down. We try now to sacrifice something somewhere. It's not gonna be easy. This is not gonna be easy. So what can we do here? Can we sacrifice something? But what to sacrifice? I would like to sacrifice, I just don't know what. So bishop f3 to put some pressure, but this is completely lost because how to sacrifice even something? There are no sacrifices, so let's go rook c1, but it's just a random move. In a lost position, we have to hope for a trick, so because we cannot sacrifice anything, so obviously what we can do is to hope for some tactical little nasty trick, which at the moment we don't have, but maybe. Bishop f4 next. Some trick here to catch the queen. No. So how can we do something? I don't see even a chance to do something. Yeah, this is looking horrible. Okay, so let's take, because I don't see what else we can do here. And really, I don't know what to play. Let's play b5, something completely random, but I just don't see what we can do here. It looks like completely lost. So rook c2, another random move. Maybe we can get like rook to d2. It is a lost position, obviously, but who knows? Let's fight. Maybe we can get lucky. Let's see. Let's see if we can get lucky here. It looks for the moment like we cannot, but who knows? In a blitz game, everything can happen. Just remember how many winning positions we have lost. Too many. Now, actually, why he is doing that? This is a bit strange because I think it's okay now. Let's have the good rook here. I think we have now pretty decent chances to make a draw, because we have this very good rooks. So it should be decent to make a draw. Yeah, okay, so this is basically a draw because there is no way to improve the position, or maybe it's a win, but it's such a hard win that it's not possible to win it. So he's gonna try to win on time, obviously, because this is like what people do. And yes, we took the pawn. Okay, so he tried to flag us, but let's see now who flags who. I should have played king h2 and would have won on time. Yeah, okay, this was not smart. I should have flagged him by playing king h2 because g4, king g3. Yeah, okay, so let's play another game. It's pity no title players, so we are not facing the good guys, because it's a game against strong players. It's just so nice. So bishop on b5, let's go knight to d4, and let's go knight f6. Pawn is hanging. So for example, we have already here quite a good position with black. Bishop d3, like, wow, bishop blocks his own bishop. Interesting play. I mean, not very interesting in objective way. White should never do something like that. So yes, let's go with a simple d6 now as well. We have this kind of pressure. White cannot short castle. There is somewhere knight g4. So white should of course never play like that. This is a very poor play by white. Black is doing already better. Bishop here, sacrificing. I don't know why. So let's go knight to g4, because probably the best move is to go back. Bishop g1. Wow. Okay, so now we're gonna take the pawn. c3 is hanging, so the game is basically over as well. Here he gives us the rook. What is that? This was strange. Okay, next game. Next game, let's hope we will face some title player. No, again, no title player. That's again quite pity. The guy plays even without thinking, like 0 seconds, so basically pre-moves. Amazing. General Zot 03 pre-moves all his moves. Yeah, strong player. So now we have the good knight here on d5, bishop on h3, quite typical, but not very spectacular. So rook b1 with the idea b4, all is pretty normal. These positions are like slightly better for white, very slightly better, not so much, of course. As you can see, most of the pieces are being changed, so the advantage of white is minimal. b4, slightly better bishop in the future, but e4 is not the best, so black should not go e4. This is quite bad. Now we need to think. Okay, let's get the bishop out. And then take, or then the queen takes. So take is not so good. I can play the move f3 and try to be a little better, but I don't like it, so there should be something better than h3. Maybe, what can we do here? Okay, maybe let's play f3, but I don't like it. Feels not the best. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling by playing f3. Usually we should be able to take. Okay, he takes now, so I take with the queen. e4 coming next. It might be slightly better, but of course black should not take on d3. Black could have taken on f3 or to play d5. In both cases, I believe that the position of black is perfectly fine. So I should have done something else. f5. Wow. Okay, let's go. Pressure on the d file. Bishop e5. He just does not care. Why he doesn't care? This is the question. So rook e1, because if he wants to take, that's fine. We take it back and we still have the pressure on the d file. Is it much better for white? No, but it might be a little better. Also to take is very d5. Oh, this is really bad play by my opponent. Now we have a chance, because the two central pawns will start to walk, and it should be enough to win the game. Just how to start it. Okay, maybe let's go with a quiet move, because we have the move e4 planned. So rook e2, and we're gonna play the move e4. Yeah, so basically that's it. Objectively speaking, the game is done. Rook to d2, e5, finished. But we are playing a blitz game, so very important to be careful. We have to get the e5 in a good way. As you can see, the tricks are starting, so this was actually very stupid from me to do that. I should never gave him a chance to play rook f8, but okay, it doesn't matter so much because we have this two pawns walking, but this was bad play. Let's see what happens now. Next move could be or to defend and then to play e5. Maybe f5, but f5, e5 also good, but let's play safe to get this e5, d6 next. Maybe f5 as well. Yeah, maybe I should have played f5, but not sure. Okay. Is it enough to win the game? What is this? Ah, queen to b2, there is a check. I have missed, of course, that there is a check. I'm missing so many things today. He doesn't give me check. Like, weird. Okay. How to play here? I don't know how to play here. What can I do? I don't know. I just don't know what to do. Okay, so we are going most probably to lose against General Zot. Actually, what a name. So we're gonna lose against General Zot, a completely winning position. This is pity, but yeah, there's nothing that I can do about it. Okay, we just resign because he's gonna flag. Yeah, this is horrible. I mean, how to lose against a player who plays, for example, something like CB is like, whoa. Okay, so we are playing against weak players who are eventually quite fast. And okay, when you blunder something, you lose. When you don't blunder something, you win. Because okay, to play CB D5, just imagine you give a free pawn for white for free for nothing. It's like how to play a move like C takes B4. Unbelievable. And then of course, yeah, here Queen f3. What a bad move by me, because obviously white is completely winning, so I can just move straight the pawns, and I decided just for fun not to give him the pawn f4, but of course just maybe f5 and game over. Take G e5 and resign. So this was bad. Okay, let's play maybe a few more games and then that's it, because I'm blundering today everything in one move. So yeah, blundering more than usual. Currently Caro my king, interesting name for a player. So Caro my king. Let's play some little bit unexpected position against Caro my king. Caro my king is taking on d4. Wow, knight b5. What is that? Caro my king is doing something weird, because I think should be just a good position now for black. So let's play something funny like the move h4. d4 pawn is hanging, but it doesn't matter. So let's see. He takes. Okay, we're gonna take, and let's go knight to g4. So we go for the pawn h2, and as well we go for bishop f6 next. h3 from Caro my king. Caro my king is playing the move h3. Okay, so what to do next against Caro my king? I don't know. We have pretty few options here. Let's go bishop g5. I'm not so sure actually that this move is a great move. Caro my king is answering with a move knight f3. Okay, let's take. And something like queen e7, because I hope to get the knight to e3. Let's hope I can. Queen on g5, f6 is possible as well. Knight to e3 gives completely equal play. What should I do? Let's but f6, it feels ugly to play f6, so I don't like to play moves like f6. It's not my style. Let's go a5 to win some control. Yeah, this was expected, and knight to e3. In case I get the bishop, it should be okay for black, but maybe I am worse against Caro my king. So what's next? I should develop my pieces, but how to develop my pieces? I don't know. Where should I go next? Maybe f6, just to see where the knight is gonna go. But now what to do next? Maybe g5. So not sure actually. G5 is a good move, but okay, let's give a check. And how to play now? Probably we have to take. Rook takes, and take a rook or rook g8. Maybe I have to take, yeah. So bishop h3 coming next. Little dangerous, but yes. What to do? Time to defend against Caro my king. The guy is very dangerous, so bishop g4, but position is bad, yeah. This is a very bad position already. maybe still some chances to survive. Let's see. Okay, we take a pawn against. He just gave us a pawn. I don't understand why to give a pawn for free, but well, maybe this is just something very normal where people just give pawns for free. Let's enter. He goes back. It's like, what a play. What a play by Caro my king. So strange. It's I mean, to guess a move of Caro my king is basically impossible. Just no way to guess, because it just makes no sense. So let's do something smart. So let's go with the rook on h7. Still difficult to win this for black, but it's a fight. It's a fight for a win. Just so little time for me. If I would have more time, I would win the game, but right now I'm not sure, because the pawn is a queen, but how to not lose on time, this is the question, because obviously this is just a queen. So let's go here. a2 is coming next. Okay, so completely winning, but I cannot. I'm playing so poor. It's unbelievably how bad I am in little time control. Such a poor play. Just he has 50 seconds against 2. Like what? No, but okay. This is really bad play. I mean, horrible game. What a level. Wow. This was against Caro the king. Okay, so Caro the king. What a player. Next game, we have almost Magnus Carlsen, but probably not. But the name is Carlsen. Knight f6, short castle. All is pretty normal, so let's take c4. It's like Grundfeld but reversed. So just normal play. Let's see what happens next. e4. Wow. This I could never expect, because it's absolutely strange play. Let's give a check. Take. And can I win the pawn on d5, or there is no way to win it? Let's try. Let's try to win the pawn on d5 as well. To take on e7, then f3 is slight advantage for white, but this is also slightly better for white. So rook fd1, just some pressure. He does not care. All right. What can we do? When somebody doesn't care, somebody doesn't care. But of course, if I would be black here, I would try to be... What is that again? Can I take it? What is happening? I don't understand the moves of my opponent, because I'm just gonna win now the pawn on e4, no? And in case I win the pawn on e4, the game is almost over, so he takes. Wow. So the idea is to take and to play knight f6 and try to survive in a almost lost endgame. This is again very strange play, because it doesn't help you to get the knight to f6. I have, for example, rook a5. I have as well rook to c5, try to catch the bishop. I don't know if I can catch it. Maybe I can catch it, but there's no need in that, because let's just take the pawn on a7 and that's it. very, very strange play. Because now we're just a pawn up, I believe. I don't see how black can save the pawn. Maybe there is no way to save it. And yeah, then we're just gonna take it. Long shot, very, very long shot by our opponent. So h5. Okay, h5, so let's go h3. Just for fun, because I don't think it changes anything. Next, let's move or rook to b7. Both should be enough. I don't see any compensation actually. Just a pawn up for free. Okay, let's put the rook to b7 because why not? The rook is nicely placed there. Let's take it, yeah, to protect. And next we have to attack the knight and win the pawn on e4. The king might go to f5, or I have no idea what is happening here. Because it seems like completely winning. We can just even advance the pawn just like that. Because it doesn't help you to have the king on f5. It's like bishop d4. This was probably his plan, but his plan is not really helping. I think we can just take it and just play, I don't know, a6 also just wins, I think. Okay, let's play a6 because it feels like a winning position, and e3 because the next move is bishop f1. So bishop f1, we protect the pawn, and now we have to activate the rook. So where to put the rook to the best square? Let's put it here because the knight will jump a little bit, but we have to prevent knight from nasty jumps. That's it. So let's take it. Let's give a check. Let's play rook c5 and let's take the knight. Okay, he resigns, but strange play. I don't get it. Let's play another game. Maybe we are going to face somebody strong. It would be great to play some games against title players because it makes so much more fun. Especially if you play against a grandmaster, for example. They usually have some ideas, they have some preparation, there is something, but if you just play a guy who plays super fast and super bad, it's not so funny. So we have the King's Indian defense. The line was a move knight a6. Let's see, straight d5, not so common. Usually rook e1 is the main, but it's alright. It's not a mistake, obviously. Bishop on e3. Okay, let's see if he wants to take it or not. No, he doesn't want to take, but then the question is, why did you go bishop e3? Bishop h4. Ooh, this is good. I'm not so sure that he is doing the right thing. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Let's go f5. The guy is also so fast, so another extremely fast player. How to fight these people who are playing just so fast, but queen d1. Why to do that? h4 is dangerous. Let's see if knight to d2, very positional guy, but I think we can we go back? Knight to d3. No, but position is so good, position of black. It's such a nice position, but I think just let's push e4 now, because what a bishop on g7. It's a beast. It's not a bishop, it's a beast. So we have a very good position with the black pieces. Let's go back just to be safe. I don't care that he takes a pawn because we're gonna play knight to d3 next. So this doesn't matter. Actually, for the moment, very good game, I think, by me, because it looks just right. It looks like you're playing the King's Indian, you just push, and then let's see what happens. First we push, and then we think. This is the way to play King's Indian defense, so I can take it, it's very good. I can play knight f4, it's also very good, so let's go knight f4, because we play the King's Indian, so we want to mate our opponent. No mercy, no mercy when you play King's Indian. So let's get all the pieces into the attack, and then let's sacrifice something. So next we should be able to sacrifice. Let's see what we can sacrifice, but the guy is so fast, it's unbelievable. I mean, he plays queen a4 in 1 second, and I would never think about queen a4 even, because it feels like, I don't know, in case of white I would defend, but he just plays queen a4 within a second. What a player. Rook e1. Everything is hanging, but there's also bishop d4. How is it possible that he is not afraid? Okay, let's go. Look at this. Wow. This is the way to play King's Indian defense. This is the way to do that. Just attack with all you got, and that's it. So, how to mate now? I have these arrows, they're actually disturbing me now, but okay, let's take it. Let's take. Feels good. And can we sacrifice something? Can we give a mate? There's no mate. This is bad luck. Bad luck that we cannot win the game on the spot, because it feels like should be winning, but okay, let's go knight to d3. So, he takes what? This is quite funny, because okay, let us play the way he plays. Let us go crazy, because he is obviously crazy by taking the pawns on knight f2. How do you like that? If he takes, we're gonna play e3. Knight to e3, so he is fighting. Let us go crazy. Bishop takes h3. I don't know why I need this move actually. I should have played somewhere else, but let's go. Let's go. Let's take. Let's give a check. And let's take. Ah, no, I blundered queen in 1 move. No. What a game. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But of course, it was a great game. So we completely crushed our guy in the King's Indian. So I think this is something that you should never do with white. Don't go like that and let f5 happen. This is number 1. And of course, knight to d2 also. Where do you go? So it's very important for white to avoid the move e4, to have this knight to d4. So very, very important for white to avoid that. Knight to d2, very poor move, because after e4, that's it. So the position of black is completely winning, because I have this bishop g7, knight d3, and so on. So every King's Indian player, he knows that once this happens, usually it is just basically 0-1. So you should never let it happen in case you're white. So yeah, and then yeah, this I think we've been doing very well, but look at that, in 1 second, queen a4. Like, would you ever play queen to a4 when you're getting mated? Wow. Wow, online chess is just so different to normal chess, because let's say if I would be black now and somebody would show me this position, I would think it's probably the first game of an open tournament, because otherwise I could never face this kind of level of a player, because it's completely winning for black. And also you can see that the play of white is just so random. Black is mating the white king, and white is playing the move queen a4. It's like, wow. Okay, so last game. Let's play one more, and that's it for the current stream. And maybe tonight. Yeah, I'm going to be back. Now again we play not a titled player with 2700, so probably another button pusher. Let's see, but it's almost sure. So the guy is obviously super fast, not very good, but very, very fast. Let's see if we can fight him, but probably not, because to fight these people, you need to focus very much. It's like when you focus, you beat like crazy this level of player, yeah, because they are very bad, so they cannot make a draw. But in case you are not focused, they are winning against you because they're just too fast. Very, very fast, very, very tricky, and yeah, it's a dangerous combo to be fast and tricky. Good. Let's go with the move knight to g5, maybe knight on d5 somewhere. But we have to do as well some development play, so I don't know where to go. Where should I go? e3. Let's make a calm move. Bishop e2 and short castle eventually, but it would be nice to get g4, and as well after move g4 it would be a very funny game to watch. So a6, okay, bishop e2, and let's hope for b5. What is that? b5, crazy play by our opponent. It's not a bad move, but it's just a little bit crazy. Let's go with the move c5. c5 is quite typical. c5 is possible in a lot of lines. I'm sure that I should have some something better than even than c5, but c5 might be enough. Is there a defense actually for black? Maybe there is, maybe there is no defense. Knight takes f7 somewhere should be the winning move, but also bishop takes h5, so good. So let's go knight to d5. Probably it's not bad to have the knight on d5. And queen e5. Does it work? If it works, then knight to d5, it was a horrible mistake. But I'm not so sure it works. Maybe it does, yeah. This was bad. I'm missing this tactics. I'm missing a lot of tactics. This is what I've been saying. When you face these players, you have to be very focused. To talk and to play is almost impossible. Still, it is a big fight. We have this pressure on the long diagonal. So it's not over yet. Bishop on b7. I can win the pawn back, but is there something better that I'm able of to do? Maybe I can take it. Rook to d7, but not the best, yeah. So probably the best I can do is just to take and to go like rook to d7, because it's a bit dangerous for black. Let's see, maybe still much better for white. The next move is important. Knight to e5. What is this? Can I take it? But what's the point of that? What is the point of that for black? He just gave me a piece for nothing. I don't understand it. Okay, this is something which, yeah, I don't understand this kind of things. Maybe they are making sense to somebody else, but to me, no. Okay, let's give a mate now to the guy. Yeah, now he resigns. Yeah. What can I say? Okay, the last of the last games. Because this game somehow I did not like too much, so maybe the next game is gonna be better. Let's see. Something went wrong. I don't see even my opponent, so I don't know. Something is not right. No idea what it was. So new game. We are white against player Yaka Mu Sozan. Is it a Japanese player? Probably not. So, solid. Let's be solid against this tricky players. We have to be very, very, very solid with the white pieces. I'm trying to be solid. And let's go c4. Let's go knight c3. Position is approximately equal. Quite typical. Nothing special is going on here. He takes, okay. This can be good or can be very bad for black, so it depends. Let's see. E pawn or c pawn? C pawn. Well, I did not expect that because usually to take with the e pawn looks more normal. Now I have also knight to b5. Is it not just a win? Can I go like knight to b5? It looks like a decent move, knight to b5, because how to play now with the black pieces? Is there a way not to get mated? Also knight d6, knight d4, somewhere rook to c1. A lot of different ideas for white. Very dangerous position for the black pieces. Usually it would be better to take with the e pawn, so c pawn is a dangerous play. He does not care that I want to go knight to d6. Okay. Okay. So let me play knight to d6. Just to prove him wrong. Rook c1 looks normal. So rook c7 eventually. To get the pawn on d6 is not an easy task for black. So we have this e4 continuation, which could be very useful. Knight goes to c6, or where does the knight go? Hard to tell. Knight to c6 probably, yeah. So let's protect the pawn. So let's just play the move bishop c5 next. Very safe way. A very, very safe play by me. Not the best probably, but quite safe. If we get the pawn on d6 protected, the position of white is better. I'm quite sure it is better. The question is how much better is it, but this is a difficult question, so let's protect the pawn on d6. Next, slow play, queen d2, and we have this e4 push in a useful moment, but currently the moment is not yet there. Let's go bishop a3. Not so many moves for black. I have to provoke him to do something, then white is gonna be much, much better. What is that? Where does he go? Rook to b6 is not looking that impressive, but maybe it's his idea to put the rook here, but I don't know if this is such a great idea. So let's go h3, g4. This might be useful. I don't know if the rook is actually nicely placed there, because it can be just a bad place for the rook. So let's take. And I have the move e4, so how to make the move happen? Let's go here, because we have the move rook c5, trying to grab the a5 pawn. And yes, let's go like that. He's gonna take, we're gonna take, or take here. I don't know. I don't know where I should take. Both is possible, but maybe let's take. It looks like white is doing better, but it's not so simple better, yeah? So how to win that? I think this move is pretty okay. And b4 next in case it's possible. Can I play the b4 next? I think so. So now I have to improve somehow the position. Let's go with the move e3. And can I take it? He wants to go rook a6. I didn't see that. I completely missed the idea rook a6. Okay. This was bad, but luckily still things are fine for me. So still white should have a better position, I guess. Okay, play e5. Yes. Okay. So now I think I should be winning. Just how to play. Bishop f1 I could have played. This was bad. I should have done this immediately, of course. So let's take it. Let's spin. Let's take. I'm blundered in one move again. I'm blundering and blundering and blundering. This is terrible. This is just no, but okay. To lose like that, completely winning position again. This is like horrible. Yeah, blundering. Too many games in one move. What to do? Feeling maybe not the best today because so many blunders in one move. All right, so thank you all for watching. Georgi and me, we're gonna be back tonight. We're gonna do some topic tonight. If you have time, we're gonna start approximately 7 p.m. Middle European time. Join us. Otherwise, please subscribe, please like, tell your friends. It would help the channel very much. Thank you again for watching, and till maybe tonight, today evening. Thank you.